Hey guys, this is Matt Brunet, creator of Animation Look Back and Animats Reviews, and welcome to the first 2015 update vlog. Now, the one thing you might notice about this one is that this is a little bit earlier than usual, considering the last one was released not too long ago. Well, that is true, but I do have an explanation for that. You see, if you remember in the last update vlog, I mentioned that I have a new P.O. box, thanks to a goal that I surpassed on Patreon. But I asked you guys if it's cool if I can have a new show where I can have all the stuff of my P.O. box, and I just open it live on camera, and I post a video about it. And you guys seem to be really cool with that idea. In fact, you guys really liked it. So I decided for next month, I will have the premiere of my new P.O. Box show. I haven't figured out, like, the details, like, what is it going to be called and stuff like that, but maybe you guys can suggest some ideas, but we'll see. But anyways, I mentioned that I wanted to do it bi-monthly in between these update vlogs, so, like, 1 month is an update vlog, the other is a P.O. Box show, the other month is going to be an update vlog, then the other month is a P.O. Box show. I decided for the P.O. Box show to be in the even number months, because that's when most of the holidays, like, are in. Like, February is going to be Valentine's Day, April is Easter, October is Halloween, December is Christmas, and all that kind of stuff. If you guys would still want to send, like, so right now it's actually not too late to send me stuff for the P.O. Box show, so if you guys would like to send me something so that I can open up for the P.O. Box show, my P.O. Box is actually right here, so you can, you can write it down and, like, go send me whatever you like. And, and I just want to mention that the premiere of the P.O. Box show will be on February 13th. Yeah, funny enough, I actually scheduled all my videos on when is it going to be released. I'm actually pretty far ahead with what I'm up to, which is actually really, really cool. Now, anyways, the next thing that I would like to talk about is, it's just a little small detail, nothing too big, but something a little bit cool I want to mention. It's actually regarding my title cards, specifically the ones for Animats Reviews. Now, if you notice that in some of them, I would use my old logo for it, like something that would look a little bit like this, if this rings any bells. Well, luckily, I actually got a new logo made for me by Dan Swallow, as some of you guys may know as Sonic Guru from the Mr. Code website. And he actually made me new logos for both Animats Reviews and Animats Classic Reviews, which are right here. And my god, they actually really look good. They actually look much more professional looking than the old ones. And I just want to give a shout out to Dan, and I want to say thank you so much. And even right now, I actually used the first one for my Equestria Girls review, and I gotta say, it actually looks a lot better. Once again, Dan, thank you so much. I really do appreciate them. And one more thing that I want to mention is actually, once again, about my Patreon. Yes, I know I keep on repeating about, like, what's going on Patreon, come and support me on all that stuff, but this one is actually regarding about a new pledge that I made. But don't be too alarmed about it, because this is actually one of the bigger ones. This is actually for $75 plus. Now, what I decided to do for that pledge, this is a new one. If you guys would go and pledge $75 or more on my Patreon, you will get a lot of rewards. You will get early access to my videos, exclusive Patreon vlogs, like that happens every week. You will get credits at the end of my videos. You'll get a Photoshop commission personally done by me. You will get an exclusive t-shirt, and you will have some time to actually chat with me every month. Yes, what I decided to do is that once a month, you will get a chance to go and have a Skype chat with me, along with many other people who pledged $75 or more. Well, I shouldn't say many, like just a few others, honestly. Yeah, so me and a few other people who pledge $75 or more would go and have a little Skype chat with me about whatever we want. Like, we just, you know, chill out, hang out, just have a good time, you know, and all that kind of stuff. However, this one does come with a price. Because of this, I decided to bump up the reward for getting a classic review request back up to $100 a month. I know it seems pretty big, but like ever since like it's actually not too long ago, I got a surprising like major boost when it came to my Patreon to like the pledge from people that I got, and it really is amazing, and I am forever thankful. But this is just to mention that $100 a month, that's for the review request, along with all the other rewards, including the monthly chat with me. So once again, I would like to mention, if you guys want to come and support my work, it doesn't have to be a big pledge like $75 a month or $100 a month. Whatever amount I will be happy with for you. So if you guys want to come and support my work and want to get some awesome rewards on the side, all you have to do is go to patreon.com/animat. And one more thing I would like to mention about the big pledges is that supplies are limited. Not everybody can come and pledge $75 a month or $100 a month at the same time. I did put up a limit on both of them. Like four people, I put up four people can pledge $100 a month at a time for the review request and all the others. And for $75 a month, I put in 10 people at a time. So I just want to mention supplies are limited. Now, anyways, with all that said and done, it's time that we finally move on to the Q&A section of my update vlog. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Q&A is pretty much at the end of my update vlogs, I would go and answer 5 questions from anybody who asked me a question, whether it be from my Facebook page, Twitter, YouTube comments, or whatever. And I would like to mention that if your question did get answered, well, better luck next time. Maybe for the next update vlog, I will answer them. So let's get down to it, and let's go ask from the first question, which will come from Kyle Kruger from Facebook. And he asks, what's your favorite character in Big Hero 6? You know, that's actually a really good question, because I talked with my friends, I talked with my friends regarding this, because, I find that, all the characters in Big Hero 6 reminds me of me when I hang out with my best friends. And for me personally, I really do like Fred. I don't know, I feel like I have a lot of similarities with Fred, funny enough. Mostly, not because of his way of life, I don't live in a big mansion or whatever, but mostly by his, laid-back, cool personality and his fascination with, some pop culture stuff, like kaijus and stuff like that. So, I do have a bit of a funny admiration for Fred, but, funny enough, my friends actually say that I am more similar to what's his name? To Wasabi. I don't know why. They mentioned to me that Wasabi is a lot more self-conscious, and it is true. I am a pretty self-conscious. I am sometimes I do worry about how others think of me and stuff like that, especially when it comes to my friends and some of the people that I look up to. And also, I will admit, I am I do try to keep myself very organized. I would try to go and place things in order, even with how I set up my office and stuff like that. I always try to keep things neat and tidy. So, for me, my favorite would be Fred, but a lot of my friends say that I'm more similar to Wasabi. So there is that. So let's move on to the next question. Alright, and this one will come from Facebook, Caio Silva, and he asks, have you heard about the Ratchet and Clank movie? Why didn't you mention that on the last video? I presume he's mentioning that he mentioned this for the top 5 best and worst animated films of 2014. Now, yes, it is true that on that specific video, I forgot to mention the Ratchet and Clank film, but I do have to be honest, I do have an explanation to why. It's just that we haven't really heard anything from that movie. Like, the last time I ever heard any bit of news of it is the announcement at E3 2014, saying that it's going to be released sometime in 2015. And, like, ever since then, we haven't heard anything since, so, like, even I'm not even 100% sure if it's actually going to be going on or something like that. Like, we don't see any extra ads or something like that. If, like, they mentioned that it would be released in spring of 2015, like, at this point, we should see a few posters or, like, a few more trailers or stuff like that. Like, at least, like, try to give us a few more like, at least have, like, give us some attention to it. Like, so far, like, if we heard nothing, like, at least at this point, I'm not even sure if it's going to be released. Yes, I will admit that I also, like, I did mention BOO, the Bureau of Otherworldly Operations, and even with that, like, DreamWorks did say that they're gonna move it somewhere else. So yeah, it is a bit hypocritical of me to mention BOO but not mention Ratchet and Clank. But I'll be very honest. The reason why I mentioned BOO is that I know, I know very well that it's gonna be released somewhere in 2015, because we're talking about DreamWorks Animation. Like, they're not just gonna release one film, especially if that one film is gonna be Home. Plus the fact that they delayed Kung Fu Panda 3 to 2016, like, it's for sure, like, I'm 90% sure that they're gonna release BOO somewhere in 2015, maybe a little bit later, maybe even better, like, maybe somewhere in the Halloween time. But other than that, with the Ratchet and Clank, it's just, we haven't heard anything much about it other than its announcements, so I don't even know what's happening with it. I'm not even sure if it's even going to be released in 2015. Maybe it'll be released in 2016. You never know. So at least that's my excuse for it. And I know, like, I know there's a lot of people who are really excited about it, but I just had to be honest with it. So let's move on to the next question, which hold on, sorry. Okay, there. Our next. Oh, okay. Okay, so our next question will come from YouTuber Meta and he asks, if you own it, what are your thoughts on the new Super Smash Bros. Game? Also, who is your main? Well, okay. Okay, if you guys have seen my videos for a while, I think it's a very good guess that you know that I really do like Super Smash Bros. In fact, in the previous top 5 best and worst animated films, I would put some of the music from Super Smash Bros. On it. Even at the end of the video, like, when you hear the little jingles, like, that's actually the victory of Meta Knight in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. But anyways, yes, I am a huge fan, especially with the new one. I don't have a Wii U yet, but I do have the 3DS one, and oh my god, like, it's actually really cool. I really do enjoy it. It gives you so many things to do, but right now, I'm almost, like, entirely complete with the game. I just need to collect a few hats, and trust me, it really is a pain in the butt trying to collect every single hat you can find. But as for my main, I kind of have two mains. Well, I do play, like, plenty of other characters. I like to play with Wario, I like to play with Mr. Game & Watch, I like to play with Pikachu, but my main is actually Kirby. For the longest time, ever since I started playing Super Smash Bros., I love playing Kirby no matter what, and ever since then, like, he really kind of grew on me, and, like, I always use him as my main. I always love using B down. I always like to suck enemies, And oh, and that's another thing I like about the new Smash is that it gives you a variety of like special moves. Is that you can customize him to a way that you like it. That I really do. I think that's one of the best new additions in the new Super Smash Bros. Games. But with Kirby, I just love him. Like, yeah, he is kind of a lightweight, but he's also pretty much a powerhouse. And even with his new hammer, like the way you charge, it took me a little while, but now I learned how to use it wisely. And trust me, like, once you know how to control him, like, he really is a great big powerhouse. In fact, like, I went on a little tourney in my local mall, and I ended up getting a new belt for it, and it's actually really, really cool. I actually hang it up as my trophy in my gaming room, so it's actually really cool. So yeah, Kirby's my main. I love Smash. It's one of my favorite game franchises, so this one, and this one is, oh, hold on, sorry. Now this one is, fudge nabbit. Okay. Could you please? Thank you. Okay. This one comes from Randy64 Entertainment. This person asked, Animat, have you ever played Five Nights at Freddy's or the sequel or prequel since it is a prequel, and what are your thoughts? You know, I'll be very honest. I have not played Five Nights at Freddy's, but I am very, very aware of it. I always like to watch many different Let's Players, from Game Grumps to Markiplier. Even one of my friends, Sam, was actually crazy enough to play it the whole way through and actually beat the 2020 round. So major kudos for him. I wasn't really aware of it. Like, I really do like the concept of it. I never really played it myself. One of which is because I pretty much get scared easily, and this really does look horrifying. So like I will admit, it really is a well-made game. Like, I will admit, from what I've seen in the Let's Plays, like, from what I can tell, like, it's not as scary because, like, the sequel is not as scary because, like, you got too many things to do, but I really, my god, I really do admire the writing of it. Like, it's been a long time since I've been so invested in the story of a video game since, like, BioShock and Epic Mickey. It is so amazingly written, and with Five Nights at Freddy's 3 coming around the corner, I really am interested to know what is going on. Like, I even love watching some of the game theories regarding, like, what's, some of the theories regarding Five Nights at Freddy's, and they really are interesting, I gotta admit. So yeah, there is that. And finally, I got one more question to go, so let's make this one count. And this one comes from YouTuber Teddy N, and he asked, Animat, what video games do you play? You know, this is really a video game themed, this really is a video game themed Q&A. So, I guess in general, I like to mostly play Nintendo games most of the time. Like, I actually have every single Nintendo console from the NES all the way up to the Wii. Like I mentioned before, I don't have a Wii U yet, mostly because of, well, part of it is mostly because of money and stuff like that, and also I often get too busy, like with making videos and stuff like that, but most of the games I like to play is Nintendo games. I like to play the Marios. I love playing Kirby, which is another reason why Kirby is my main in Smash Bros. I love Super Smash Bros. I love Pokemon. I am a major Pokemon freak. In fact, in X and Y, I actually completed the Pokedex, and it was at that point I was wondering to myself if that actually is an accomplishment or I should be ashamed of myself, since I actually really did it. So it's gonna be easy for me to do it. Like, and yes, by the way, I do have Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and yeah, and I do like to play some of the other console games. I love BioShock, and I do like playing Halo, but that's most of the other consoles. I wouldn't really go far and say, like, I don't really like playing most of the modern, like, FPS shooters and the modern games. Like, I will admit, I am starting to play Destiny, and you know, and a few others. I like to, and it does happen. I like to play other games as well. I like playing Raving Rabbids. I like playing you know, Super Monkey Ball and stuff like that. But often I would like, but also I would like to play a lot of the retro games. Like I would go back to the N64 or the Super Nintendo or the NES and stuff like that. So most of the time, I guess the short answer is, like, I like to play a variety of stuff, but most of it comes from Nintendo. So anyways, it's time to put that there. And so that'll be all for this update vlog, so keep watching. I got a lot of great videos planned, and trust me, after the next animation look back that's going to be coming up on YouTube, I got a really nice surprise for you, in which you will see my sanity will slowly but surely evaporate with the videos that'll be coming up. And thank you guys for watching. So, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, support me on Patreon, and all that awesome stuff. And stay tuned for the P.O. Box Show. And with that, see you later, dudes!